What's going on, everybody? We are back with another live stream. And like you can see, we have this update again with McFarlane Toys. It's nuts. It is insane. It is awesome to see how the DCEU continues to make money. Meanwhile, with James Gunn, things are not working, things are sinking, and everything is about to go bankrupt. So, this just shows you and it proves to you where the money really is and what the fans want all over and how things are coming together. And it's just, we're winning. That's it. There's no and ifs or buts. There's no doubt about it. And this campaign surpassed, the numbers because they were asking for 250,000 and literally it's already at 300,000. So that's telling you, that's just showing you that this is what people want. Davidson, what's going on? We are most definitely the majority, 250 million plus. Hell yeah, big time, big time. Yeah, they can't lie anymore. That's it, they can't. It's already proven. It's a fact. The Snyderverse sells. People want product of the DCEU, and this is a huge high demand for release the air cut because we are going to see it in due time. Uh, all right, Outlaw Pistolero, what's going on? The McFarlane Toys campaign got funded, and they extended 2 extra days, so they already surpassed the numbers. They're at 50,000 over from what they needed because they needed 250,000. Now it's currently at 300,000. They're trying to milk the hell out of the Snyderverse. I'm telling you straight up. This is why I'm telling y'all. It makes money. It makes money. Edward, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Wars Marvel. What's happening? Yes, sir. You already know it. Restore the Snyderverse. Snyderverse sells, baby. It sells. They know it. They just don't want to admit it. But again, they're remilking it and they know what's up because why is McFarlane all of a sudden extending 2 days extra on this crowdfunding campaign? I've never seen that before. I've never seen this before, honestly, and it is amazing. I back up crowdfunds from Hasbro and when they put out Transformers and whatnot. Not all of them, but the ones that catch my attention and stuff like that. But it's interesting because not even Hasbro extends that I know of, extra days to get funded for a product. So what is this telling you? That it's making money, So of course everybody's gonna capitalize. McFarlane Toys, DC, Warner Brothers, because of course they're desperate. They need the money, and they know that it's selling. That's why a lot of people are backing it up. The numbers are going up like crazy. Leroy, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. You're good, brother. This is wild. This is wild. It's amazing to see how all of these things are straight up just growing within the DCEU. And of course, we see what Zach is posting with these pictures, a few days ago and things like that. So there's still excitement, there's still interest, there's still engagement, if you want to say, within the DCEU and what people are still asking and demanding. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see how this community is making all these things possible. And it's just showing you, this is what the fans and the customers all over the world, not domestically, but all over the world, they want, honestly. Jones, Justin, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you for watching. Numbers don't lie, bro. Exactly. Exactly. They can't hide it. That's it. You cannot hide it. Why are you going to do an extension on a campaign that's supposed to finish when I posted this 10 hours ago? Literally, I already backed mine up. I got the 3 pack, so, hopefully we get that soon. Still waiting on that Batmobile. But hopefully we do end up getting something real soon with how all these things are moving, and how product is just it's selling. It's still selling. How come they don't do that with James Gunn? Because it doesn't sell with James Gunn. And speaking of James Gunn, we're seeing that, he's nervous. He knows that this buyout is going to happen and there's no saving him. He's done. He's going to be over and out of DC Studios as their, what is it, the CEO and stuff like that. So things are changing. I'm telling y'all, this is just showing to the studios, to the ones that want to buy out. It's showing to David Zaslav, hey, look, You have product, you have work here, and you could be capitalizing big time off it, off of it. The only thing is that they have to really, really, now it's time. That's it. They have to release the air cut. They have to, This is already showing you. This is with the toy. Imagine when they put it on streaming on HBO Max. That's how I see that it's gonna be released soon. Having some shitty work now, so give me some DCU aura. Just pretty much this is it. The main thing right now. Work is work, so don't let it get to you. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up in the end. Screw all these jobs. It doesn't matter. In the end, they don't care about us. So just go in, clock in, get your shift out the way, do your thing, and that's what it is. Things are happening still. Like I said, and this is a huge win right now. For McFarlane Toys to, they could have gone with any other crowdfunding campaign. They could have gone with the new DCU, whatever the hell they're trying to do, and that's not bringing in no money for them. Yes, sir. You already know it. James Gunn fails big time, big time. Work is literally chore, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what work is. Every job, it doesn't matter. Every job is just chaotic. It's work. Work is work. Treat it like that. Finish your shift, mind your business, and try to work well with others, even though others are a pain in the ass to work with, especially management. So I know how that goes, and just try to get through with the shift wherever y'all at and stuff like that, because in the end, every job sucks. It doesn't matter. Every job, it's just what it is right now. But this is crazy, it's crazy to see how all this stuff is yeah, gun fatigue is real, big time. I agree with you. Ace, what's going on? Just here hanging out with y'all. You already know it. Sean, what's up? Appreciate you for watching also. Yes, sir, you already know it. Restore the Snyderverse. Yeah, yeah, big time, big time. People are coming together everywhere. We're seeing it. And then another thing too, I wanted to tell y'all, over the weekend, I know Ben Affleck was trending, Restore the Snyderverse, all that was trending. And I know there's another event coming up soon. I can't remember right now when, but I know it's coming up, I think in November, I think, or something like that. But it's good. We need this. We need this. It's time to keep on making noise, and it's time to kick the door down at WB and let them know, hey, we're not playing around. This is what we want. This is what we're willing to give you more money on. Now the time and the ball is on their side. It's all a matter of time. That's all it is. Let's see, McFarlane Toys, Joker, and Harley Quinn. Yeah, yeah. I backed the 3-pack. I can't wait. Hopefully, we get that ASAP, because I've been wanting this version of Harley with Joker. Hopefully, later we might get. Remember, McFarlane Toys is gonna get the license until the end of 2026. So apparently, they did an extension on the contract. And Mattel Toys. I mean, Mattel. With the toys and stuff, they're like, yo, you know what? All right, whatever. Just might as well. Who knows what negotiations happen? And the point is, we're gonna still begin until 2027. That's when McFarlane hands over the official, I guess, keys to Mattel, and then that's when everything's gonna come out. So from Mattel's end and things like that. So I guess 2026 he's gonna be cooking. He's gonna be cooking even more. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna put out with that stuff. Who knows? Hopefully we do end up getting Joker from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and from Suicide Squad with the purple coat. That's the one that I really want. Both of those. Why don't WB do a tax write off on Supergirl movie next year like they did with Leslie Grace's Batgirl? Yeah, they could do that. They could do that. Look, they're reshooting right now, Supergirl. So what is that telling you? That things are looking bad already. We don't have a trailer for this movie, and they're already doing reshoots. That tells you everything. That means that shit is bad. That is not even good. Okay, cool. November 17th. All right. I wasn't sure if it was the 27th or okay, so it's good. November 17th. That's good. That's good. That's when we're gonna trend again with Restore the Snyderverse. Supergirl's getting reshoots. Sound like another MCU movie. Yeah, that movie's going to tank. It's another. Look, Supergirl's gonna do worse than Superman. If Superman couldn't get the numbers and they couldn't even make the numbers that they thought that they were, Supergirl's going to be even half or worse than what Superman 2025 was. That's it. We've already seen what James Gunn is delivering, and people have had it. People are not. They're not supporting it. They're done with it. People have moved on, and they don't care. Mattel really should make prototype DC figures so we know what to expect, and they better be 6-inch. Yeah, that's what I heard that the rumor is going to be. That I guess for now, that once Mattel takes over, then they'll be bringing back the six. I think it's the 6.5 line that they're gonna be bringing, because I remember right before they lost the license, before it went to McFarlane, when the last figures that I remember that they put out were in the 6 inch scale, which they're pretty much in 6.5 to be with the Marvel Legends. Was the Aquaman from the first movie, and those figures were looking cool. I was like, wow, okay, Mattel's finally stepped up the game, and that's when they lost the license because they were trying to do I don't remember what it was that they brought out Flash and the Penguin. I forgot what that series was called. I think it was some Platinum series. I don't remember what it is. I got a few of those figures, so they were cool, and then they had diecast the one from Injustice from Batman. I got that one too, so they stepped their game up, but it was just too late, and then they lost the license to McFarlane. So apparently that's where they're going to be picking up with the 6.5 line when they come and play again in 2027. And meanwhile, I guess for the rest of 2026, McFarlane is going to be putting out the 7 inch figures. So, I mean, it's cool. I still like both of them. So, but I'm not going to lie, though. I do love what McFarlane has been putting out. And, like, I don't know if Mattel is going to be able to top that off. But I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing once they end up putting out more stuff and things like that. So, we'll see what happens. Yes, sir. You already know it. Let's see, Jack. What's up? What's up? Appreciate you for watching. Also, Legacy Signature. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, Legacy Signature. I do have Penguin, and I do have Injustice Batman. That one he had diecast. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So I give it to Mattel for what they did on that line with what they were doing. You hope they do all the DCU Arrowverse content. They might. They might. I mean, they're gonna remilk it again. They always do it. McFarlane did it. He's doing it. So for sure they're gonna do it. And in the end, you gotta remember Mattel, Hasbro, Spin Master, all these companies. The one that tells them what to put out is pretty much Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers owns the IP, and that we know because McFarlane Toys has said it in interviews multiple times. He's like, I don't decide what to put out. It's pretty much Warner Brothers. They tell him what to put out. So when you see all this stock end up at Ross and like third party outlets and stuff like that, it's not because McFarlane did that. It's because that's what WB chose to go with. Like they decided to go with certain figures that nobody cared about, and they look nice, but unfortunately, just not enough people care about them. So they end up at Ross. I just found me like, what is it? What is it from McFarlane? The gold edition. Damn, I can't remember. Gold label. It's Batman. I think he looks like bronze or something like that. I found that at Ross, so I was like, damn, I did find out of the four wave of Justice League, I think it's Unlimited. I found a variant of the Platinum Edition from the Flash. I'm still looking for the other three just to have them. I'm like, what? Might as well. So it's cool. It's cool to see that that it just shows you they could be selling them at those prices, but it's just typical greed that they like they really don't. I mean, it just tells you a lie. If they could sell it at that price, they could just stick to it. But they love to, they always try to get the most out of us and stuff like that. James Gunn is fired. DC Studios, yeah, hell yeah. Sergeant, what's up? Thanks for watching. Also, Michael Bay will return soon. Yes, sir. Hell yeah, he's gonna be back very soon. Uh, where's your favorite toys? DC Mattel, McFarlane toys. I like both. I actually like both. I collect both of them. So, I like the 6 and the 7 inch line from both Mattel and from McFarlane. Do you think Andy Muschietti will wait about will he'll leave to the canceled Batman DCU? I don't know. This whole thing with Andy Muschietti is kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it. But we have to see. Everything depends on this buyout, because this buyout is going to change a lot of things in the industry right now. WB says to make Snyderverse figures, but not movies. True. That doesn't seem fair. Yeah, because they know that it sells, but they don't want to own up and say, yeah, we're going to do more content of it. This is why we need WB to get sold. We really do. That sale has to happen. It has to happen. If it doesn't, then things are just going to continue as is, and instead of getting better it's just going to get worse and stuff. So we really need for David Zaslav to literally let go of Warner Brothers for good. What's your favorite actor of all time? Favorite actor of all time? Wow, that's a really really good question. I mean, there's so many actors that I like out there, actresses too. But it depends on what movie we're talking about. I mean, that's kind of hard to answer just because there's so many out there that I like, and it's like, and it depends what we're talking about. So, now if we're talking about Batman, that's a different story. If we're talking about like action, that's a different story. Horror, that's everything is different. So I guess try to like narrow it down so I can like actually answer that question. McFarlane Toys Ross is 7, 8, 9, and 10. Walmart's 40 and Target's $40. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just finished getting those figures from Batman Returns. I still haven't found Batman and Catwoman. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I found Max Shrek that I didn't care about. I found Penguin that I also didn't really care about. I was like, yeah, whatever. I took him when I saw him. But yeah, $40, man. It's pretty rough. It's rough, like $40 for these figures. They should not be costing that much. And not only that, like Transformers figures are going up too. So, I don't know. I don't know. Everything's just getting so damn expensive. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of reducing. Unless I find it at Ross, and I'll probably pick it up. Emergency Awesome. He might be ranting about James Gunn getting fired and canceled. Brave and the Bold, Clayface to be gone, and he might quit his channel. He said he's gonna quit. Did he say he's gonna quit his channel or what? Cause that's interesting. I mean, damn. I've been seeing a lot of people also saying stuff like that they're gonna leave. I guess YouTube because of if that does happen, or who knows? Who knows? James Gunn will not touch Robin and DCU. Who knows? I don't even think we're gonna make it that far. Who's better, Godzilla '98 or 2018? I like both. I like both, Sean. Godzilla '98. It's cheesy for its thing, but I did like what they did with that movie, even with the design of that Godzilla, and of course the little baby Godzillas and stuff like that. But 2018, I mean, 2018 was that was a thick Godzilla, like that. But it was a good movie. I mean, Godzilla in 2018, what he appeared for, like probably like 5 minutes, the whole movie. Like I was like, damn, like they should have done more. When they brought him in and stuff like that. But for what it is, I liked it. I liked it, big time. Tim Bolton, why never back DC working? Who knows? Who knows? A lot of things happen with actors, actresses. So who knows? I mean, it's Hollywood. Sometimes they don't rehire people. So, do you know Boba Talks? He spoke to James Gunn on YouTube channel. Yeah, I saw. That was like probably like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, that's where James Gunn was kind of nervous, and he was like, he doesn't know the future of what he's gonna be doing with DC, and if the buyout does happen and stuff, where he stands and things like that. So, I'm not surprised, like I said, but at the same time, it should be no surprise because once that buyout happens, I'm telling you guys right now, it's over. It's over for James Gunn. This is why we need David Zaslav to be fully away from anything with Warner Brothers. He cannot be attached to anything. You have to cut and let go, and that's what he needs to do. He just needs to let it go and sell it to a company. Just because that's what people want. People just want good entertainment, but they're not doing it. What's your favorite? What by WBDC Studio, Paramount, Universal, Netflix? Who do I prefer to buy? I'm gonna be honest with you. Now that you're asking that question, Ace, I don't want Netflix to buy it, and I'll tell y'all why. I don't want Paramount to buy them, and I'll tell you why. Main reason is because in Paramount, Walter Hamada is still there, and they're trying to offer David Zaslav, a position of co-CEO. So he'll still be attached to the company. That's not good. We can't let that happen. Netflix, Netflix is kind of sketchy because they only care about mainly streaming, and they don't really care about physical media. And yes, they do have a good relationship with Zach, but that's still not enough to me. And not only that, we still have that one dude. I can't remember his name. That he's somebody big at Netflix, and he doesn't like Rebel Moon, and he's trying to prevent Rebel Moon 3 from happening. And we have to see. He was bashing on Rebel Moon during the summer and making fun of it and stuff like that. So that's another red flag. All right, and this guy's he's big in Netflix. He's not just some random producer like Walter Hamada over at Paramount. So you still have that bad element still roaming around. Now, I personally want Comcast to buy them because Comcast has no drama, no debt. They got Christopher Nolan. They support physical streaming. They could put it on their theme parks. There's so much that they can put, and they care about content. We already know that this whole thing is escalating to a political level, but I won't even touch that subject. That has nothing to do with this, anyways. But I personally want Comcast to buy them out just because they have Christopher Nolan over there, so they know what they're doing. Damian Wayne Robin, Never Try to Be in the DCU by James Gunn. Do you hear Supergirl? They're doing reshoots. Yeah, they're doing reshoots right now. And again, that's what I'm saying. If they're doing reshoots right now, we don't even have a trailer for this movie. That's telling you that this is already starting bad. They're trying to fix whatever problems that they have now. Mind you, we don't even have a trailer for the movie. So to me, that already smells like the grill's already getting burned. Like whatever you're cooking is already getting burnt. So like yeah, I don't believe in Supergirl and what's gonna happen with it. Charger Six Pack, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Also, Supergirl will have a party, birthday party, silly style, DCU, and that sucks. Yeah, they're gonna make her like a sorority girl. She's probably gonna be like how like very drunk, raunchy, probably perverted. Who knows, But I don't expect anything good, honestly. In the end, James Gunn's still gonna have his notes, and even though he's not, filming and directing it, he's still going to influence that director to do what he wants, how he wants it. So in the end, we'll see, what James Gunn wants to do and stuff. So I mean, that's pretty much his baby. You heard about Supergirl getting reshoots? Yeah, yeah. Those reshoots are happening. They're happening, and yeah, it's a disaster. It's a disaster, big time. Do you think Clayface DCU will wait? They cancel or not cancel? I think what they're gonna do, they're gonna try to move forward still with Clayface, but I think honestly, in the end, I think it's just gonna get canceled. I don't think Clayface is gonna get fully it's gonna see daylight, or it might get the Batgirl treatment. So they might end up canceling that thing. Marvel and DC are not coming up. Yeah, right now, no. Right now, no. I mean, I know they have Spider Man coming up, so I'm looking forward to that next year. And, of course, Doomsday. So, seeing the Avengers together again, I mean, it's always fun. I like to see those build up movies and stuff like that, team up movies. I'm really excited to see when we see Secret Wars, but that's going to take a while. So, who knows what they're going to put out. Hopefully, they do end up doing something good. But knowing Marvel, I really don't know, honestly, at this point. They don't have really anything interesting, at least for me. Supergirl reshoots were to add useless characters like White Rabbit from Peacemaker. Yeah, probably. They're gonna try to connect all this mess, and it's just gonna be more of a mess than what it is in the end. I'm telling you, watch. This is the first of many reshoots. That movie at the end is going to do terrible. Supergirl 2026, that movie's gonna be doing bad. I'm telling you right now. It's already starting off bad. Supergirl director, he doesn't care. He makes dark. Just listen, James Gunn about notes. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna have to just do what James Gunn wants, because in the end, James Gunn's the one that's overseeing it. What do you think about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon teaming up with David Ayer to potentially make an action crime drama mystery science fiction thriller from Amazon MGM Studios? That would be cool. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Like I said, as long as they deliver and give a good movie, that's all I care about. So, I want to see. I want to see what they're gonna do with that. I don't want Netflix to have WB because they don't sell any movie on Blu-ray. They're just about streaming, and I want to buy my movies in my collection. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I agree with you, Gary. I agree with you. Netflix doesn't care about physical media. Like I'm still waiting for Rebel Moon on DVD, Blu-ray, and whatever physical media there is, and we haven't gotten anything. So that tells you, that tells you everything. So Netflix in the end, they only care about streaming. They just want to have the customer on lockdown, in the sense of you're not going to own anything. You're just going to be buying a license. And I, for one, I'm not really down with that and stuff. Ariana, hola, how are you? How's everything? Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You already know it. Restore the Snyderverse. Yes, ma'am. You already know it. Yes, yes. Restore the Snyderverse. That's what we want. Y con el tiempo lo vamos a ver. Within time, we will see it. Do you think Wonder Woman DCU will try to get canceled soon? About to wait. I don't even think they're gonna end up moving forward with Wonder Woman with James Gunn and his DCU and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't think anything with that's gonna happen. Hell no, hell no, not big time. Gotham Knight, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Supergirl will get his ass kicked by Tom Holland's two movies. Yeah, yeah, because that's true. I forgot that the one with Christopher Nolan is coming out next year. So, yeah, back to back. Boom. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see how the box office is gonna be. And then another thing too, think about this. It's wild because they moved up Mortal Kombat 2. I think it was supposed to come out at the end of May, and they brought it up to May 8th because it was supposed to come out during Memorial Weekend. And I think WB said, hold on, nobody's going to watch it during Memorial Weekend. Let's move it up. So now they're moving it to like May 8th or something like that. And let's see how that movie does, and then they're just trying to build, so they're going to try to own the spring and summer, so we'll see what happens. I do want to see Mortal Kombat 2. I'm probably gonna check that out one time, maybe one time. That's it. But then again, I want to see what that Street Fighter movie is going to be like, but I'm not convinced with that I want to see the trailer. Hopefully we get a trailer soon on that crap, because yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous about that. Restore the Ben Affleck verse. Vegeta, what's up? Hell yeah, hell yeah. We're gonna see the Ben Affleck movie in due time. I'm telling y'all, this is all not coincidence. This is all happening for a reason. They're testing the waters. Zach knows what he's doing, and there's a huge demand. So this sale needs to happen, and it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Did you hear Henry Cavill rumors to play Kratos on God of War live action show? Yeah, yeah, that's that post that I posted. So I mean, it would be interesting to see that. I don't know. I mean, with makeup, I'm sure that they could pull it off. I mean, like somebody said, that's gonna be Chad. What do you call it? Kratos. That had me cracking up, man. That was a good one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think he could pull it off. He it's just makeup and the right special effects team, if you want to say, with prosthetics and everything that they have to do. So if they could pull, what's his name, Colin Farrell, I think that's his name, the one that was doing right now, the Penguin. I was like, damn, that dude's gonna have to put on a lot of weight and stuff like that. I was just thinking basic. I forgot that you could put on like a bodysuit, and look at how he captured Penguin. Like on that, on the Batman. So I give it to him. I was like, damn, they really went all out with him with the special effects and the makeup and stuff like that. So that was props. That was props. So they could do the same thing with Henry Cavill. It would be nice to see that. Bad Beast, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Also, yes sir. Restore the Snyderverse. It's Mr. Freeman don't want to see James Gunn new Batman DCU. Makes mess up Batman franchise. Yeah, nobody wants to see anything with James Gunn. I heard Netflix was not interested in WB before the news of the sale. So the news that Netflix is not interested may be false. No, it's not false. It's true. The thing is that they're focused more on the company. Let's be real. Why would Netflix, that they're doing good, their stocks are high, want to risk and invest right now on Warner Brothers? I know if it was me, I'll be like, hell no, I'm not gonna risk nothing on them because it's too much of a risk. So they're probably waiting to see once Comcast makes an offer, then they're probably gonna counter offer and say, hey, hold on, if they're making that much of an offer, then here's our offer. So they're just playing it cool. They're just watching, and when the time is right, then they're gonna offer their whatever it is, their deal and stuff like that. Sydney Sweeney for Power Girl, Restore Snyderverse. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell double, hell yeah. That would be dope. That would be dope, honestly. Let's see. McFarlane should crowdfund Martian Manhunter from Zack Snyder's Justice League, the original concept design of Ares before the studio change. Yeah, that would be cool. It's all up to Warner Brothers if they want to do that. Remember, Todd McFarlane, he just does what like he says what his employer wants him to do. So in the end, Todd just does what Warner Brothers tells him to do and to make. So he's not the one to decide, but it would be cool. It would be. Do you think Matt Reeves will shock Clayface get canceled? I think Clayface in the end is gonna end up getting the Batgirl treatment. That's what I think. It's gonna end up getting canceled, and do a tax write off. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I like to see where the original Flash was going back when the original director was hired, and showed all directors lined up. at a Comic Con before the the creative differences. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what they had? Who knows? So much potential, but in the end, WB does, and they create this mess. Like they literally have created this mess. Unfortunately. Let's see the Comic Quest prologue. What's up? Appreciate you for watching. I just came to give a hi and shout out. Appreciate that. Thank you. James Gunn is done, big time. He confirmed that the DCU is gonna move on without him. Good. We needed to move on without him. He's just trying to squeeze in his DCU. Yeah, yeah. He's trying to force it in there, but it won't make it big time. I still don't want Disney or Netflix to buy Warner Brothers. Disney cannot and will not buy Warner Brothers. You can all rest assured there's laws in the United States that prevent from Disney owning and having a monopoly. I've been seeing a lot of people speculating, oh, it might be Disney. Disney can't even offer a bid. They just can't because by law, they cannot own a monopoly within this whole industry and stuff like that. So, you know, Netflix, like I said, I'm a little 50-50. I know that they have a good relationship with Warner Bros. I mean, with Zack Snyder, but it's the physical. You have to convince me. If you put out physical media and theatrical releases, then I'll support it more. You still want Universal and Paramount, Skydance to buy WB. Yeah, me too. I would rather Universal, which is Comcast, Paramount too. But the only thing that scares me is Walter Hamada's there. That's the only thing that scares me. James Gunn wants to get Peter Dinklage to play Penguin, make him short person comic accurate. That'll be way too short. I mean that he'll be way too small to be Penguin. James Gunn will get tossed out by Cavill, whom he fired. That would be beautiful. Victory. That would be amazing. Deathstroke and Bane DCU is canceled for soon. Yeah. Bane. I want to see that in the Snyderverse. Um, he'll turn Penguin into most likely. Uh, what is this? Beku Movies? What's up, brother? Appreciate you for watching. Also, I think Universal will scoop DC one way or the other. Yeah, I think so. Low key, I think Universal, owned by Comcast, is going to end up being the parent company. I really hope so. I really hope so. And think about this. Let's speculate while we're on the topic real fast. Like I've said it. Why would Comcast, when they had the meeting with the people from HBO Max a few months ago, last year, they were like, hey, what about Zack Snyder and David Ayer? And then talking about that they want to do DC alternative content. Maybe this is why Zack is posting stuff because he probably knows or heard something and he's like, yo, look, you don't believe me? Let's put it to the test. One picture, two pictures, three pictures has more interest and more following, engagement, everything. It's created more, talk than what James Gunn's putting out with his whole DCU that nobody cares. It's just being honest. That's what it is. What do you think Zach is saying with the pics he's posting? Oh, interesting. Look, I just literally answered that. That's what I think Zach is doing. I think Zach is just like, yo, you don't believe me? Look at all the people that are gonna like and they're gonna comment and they're gonna make videos. And look, that's what's been coming from that. So that's good. That's good. That's how you gotta do it. You build it. It's called engaging. With the audience. They need this for their theme parks. Yeah, big time, big time. They will capitalize. You imagine that? The same way how we have now Super Mario Land or whatever it's called, Super Mario World at Universal Studios. You imagine a whole section for DC? That would be nuts. That would be nuts, honestly. Let's see, Leonard. Hello, great channel. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Truly appreciate that. 3C Films will quit soon. YouTube channel soon. Do you think Universal should buy WB and help Harry Potter reboot and help DC film? Yeah. Universal. I mean, they're owned by Comcast, so hell yeah. That's who I really want to buy out. WB. Honestly, that would be insane. That would be awesome. Universal cannot compete with Disney without DC or Harry Potter. Yeah, big time, big time. They would need that. They would really need that. So and they would have it under the belt. So it would be nice. It would be nice. Um, Comic Book Cast 2 will be upset to see Batman Brave and the Bold get canceled and see the return of Zack Snyder. Yeah, he's a big shill, so I know. I'm telling y'all, when Zack is back and is officially announced, I'm telling y'all, brace yourselves. The internet is gonna crash in the sense of everybody's gonna be talking. It's going to be another sweet victory for us, you know. The same way how we got the Snyder cut, you know, all those clowns that are crying and complaining still that we got it, yeah, they're gonna be in their feelings deep. I hope we can have news soon about the WB sale and the big announcement of the Snyderverse this year. Yeah, probably. I think we're gonna be hearing for sure something about with the sale. I'm. This is me speculating. I'm guessing we're gonna hear something before Christmas for sure. For sure, we're gonna hear something before Christmas, just before we wrap up 2020. Well, we're in 2025. Watch. I have a feeling right before 2025 ends this year, we're going to get one big announcement. I don't know why, but I can feel it. I'm just like straight up, you know, like yo, like The Rock. Can you smell? You know, like you's activated. Hell yeah, you know, like lightning all over the place. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that before the end of 2025, we are going to get a massive update of something. I don't know of what, but I have a feeling something big, a big announcement is coming because like I said, it's no coincidence that Zach would have said Henry Cavill is Superman. You know, like he's talking about, yo, he's still Superman. He hasn't gone nowhere. See what I'm saying? So it's like, what do they know? They know something. They all know something. You know, it's just a matter of time that we'll start hearing while things are slowly coming out. Oh well. With Comic Book Cast 2, he got he got cocked by the Red Ranger who slept with his wife. Y'all too much, man. Can you imagine Universal Park World put DC and not use Marvel old right now? Yeah, exactly. That would be nice. That yeah, man, they would capitalize. They would capitalize big time. Some people think Matt Reeves is not as bad as James Gunn, but I hope he gets fired or at least his Batman movies get canceled. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, screw Matt Reeves. He had the chance to work with Ben Affleck. He read the script. He thought that it was amazing. He knew that it was amazing, but in the end, he was like, nah, I don't want to go with him. But yet, he takes Ben Affleck's The Batman, and then he wants to do the Arkham Asylum series. That good thing that is not even being worked on right now. Again, this is me speculating. What if all of that is going to get picked up, or it's already picked up, low key behind closed doors, and we don't know it? And I'm just speculating. What if Comcast has already acquired the rights to this? Who knows? To put that DC alternative content on their streaming service. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we can't sleep on that. We really cannot sleep on that. Who knows what's gonna come? But like I said, something is cooking for sure. You know, and they what they really need to do is cancel both James Gunn and Matt Reeves and Andy Muschietti. Hell, cancel all that. Go back to what was working with Ben Affleck, the Snyderverse, and just continue, and that's it. You know, because it's proven right now. You know, Andy Muschietti, Matt Reeves, and James Gunn, they're not helping the brand. They really aren't. Someone should ask The Rock about the Netflix post. Oh, that would be cool. That would be nice to see what his response would be. I think something will be announced before the end of the year regarding Snyder Batman movie. Yeah, I think so too. Is it too much to ask for a Matt Reeves versus James Gunn fist fight? I know there's a video going around. It's an AI video, of course, that it shows like Zach and he's kicking out James Gunn and stuff. Hilarious. Whoever did that, you know, it's like kudos to the person that did that. You know, this AI stuff is getting way too realistic. You know, it's just crazy. Is War Stew a shill? Yeah, he's always been a shill. War Stew is a shill of shills. I used to watch him. I don't watch him anymore, honestly. He even made fun of us. I had I remember when he had put up a post on Twitter and he was like, "Oh, the whole cell movement type of thing is the most silliest thing that he's ever thought," and he has spoke to somebody from Netflix and they had said it was silly also. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't got time for him. Do you think we're gonna wait to hear Andy Muschietti Batman Brave and Bold at Christmas or Thanksgiving? Um, I don't know. I really don't know. They're probably gonna just say some type of corny update. But in the end, I don't think we're gonna really hear something that's gonna be, oh wow, I don't think so. At the end of 2025, Universal is set to dethrone Disney by Wicked for Good, surpassing Lilo and Stitch remake. Yeah, good. Yeah, they both deserve it. Meaning, it's time for Comcast to get the attention, and it's time for Disney to go down. I agree. I think Snyder and Ben want to look after the Batman IP. Yeah, yeah, they care about it. They really care about it. DCU Arkham Asylum is canceled. Clayface and Batman Brave and the Bold are next to get canceled. Yeah, cancel those things. Um, Light skin, what's up? Appreciate you for joining us. Also, James Gunn wants to make Batman suit. Make looks like Deadpool suit. Warstu still lives in his mother's basement. Damn. Yo, I did not expect. Damn, yo, you see, that's why I like these lives, yo. Y'all crack me up. I gotta give you props, yo. I tell you, man, that's why I love doing these lives, man. Yeah, I get a kick out of them, honestly. Gotham Knight, you got me with that one. That one, you got me with that one, bro. That was really, really good, honestly. Oh man, yeah, man. The same way we're roasting them, I'm telling you, they're gonna see and they're gonna be in shock once all this, comes to reality with the Snyderverse and stuff. All these shields are gonna wake up. They're flipping out about rumors. You imagine when official confirmation, especially when Zach is back and David Ayer, we're gonna get all these things. You imagine that they must be in their feelings right now, knowing that hold on, McFarlane Toys extended, they're making money, people are buying these toys. Now you imagine what we could do when they put out the movie, the air cut. Oh, come on. That's it. It's a done deal. We won. That's it. We're winning. We're still winning. Disney have Marvel. They're not buying DC. Yeah, they can't buy. They can't buy DC. They can't have a monopoly. By law, they just cannot. What's your favorite childhood cartoon show? Damn, there's so many cartoon shows. Damn. You know what? I think cartoon show. I think I want to say. I think I want to say Chip and Dale, man. Chip and Dale is one of my favorite cartoon shows growing up. Honestly, Chip and Dale, especially the little silly one. I can't remember which one was which. The little funny one that he used to wear. he used to wear like a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, he's the one that I like the most. I don't remember if that was Chip, that was Dale. I don't remember, but yeah, I used to love that show. Like I said, Gunn and Saffron are getting their balls snipped from clip. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, man, they're straight up all of them. 3C Films, Wars 2, Bubble Talks, all crying in their shield caves. In their shield caves. Oh man, nobody says anything when Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, and Daniel Craig does action, but when we say Ben Affleck, Batman movies, oh hell no, he's too old. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree with you. It's like, oh no, we can't do that. But everybody else, oh yeah, go for it. Michael Keaton, come on, let's be real. Geriatric Michael Keaton Batman, that's acceptable. But Ben Affleck, oh no, that we can't, right? Ben Affleck is straight up, he's a beast. He's an alpha. He's straight up a badass. That's what this generation can't tolerate. It's like, it's wild. It's wild. Nate's, what's up, man? Appreciate you for watching. Also, look up. Super Flop 2 is coming in like a hot mess. Big time, big time. Yeah, that movie's going to be, that movie, Supergirl's going to tank. If Superman 2025 did bad, imagine what 2026 holds. Oh man, this is going to be bad. Like really, really bad. Spawn should cross over DC Universal. They should have Broomhouse about they do Spawn reboot movie. We don't know about the Spawn reboot movie. I know they're still working on it. Who knows? Who knows? I know McFarlane's still trying to get somebody to do it, but who knows what the hell's gonna happen with that? Bring back the Bayverse now. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I think we're gonna be hearing something very soon because I know that Michael Bay was reading the last thing that I remember reading. That he was reading the scripts for something new that they're working on. So I can't wait. I can't wait. So as soon as I find out, you already know I'm gonna be posting that. Growing up as a Disney or Nickelodeon kid. Nah, growing up, I mean, I like both, but I think it was more of Disney. I don't know. I guess I was just growing up more with Disney. Like many of us were. Until Nickelodeon came in and stuff like that. WB's afraid of an alpha Batman, big time, big time. They really are. I don't get it. How do you have Batman, a badass character, serious, mature, and yeah, man, I agree with you. Keanu Reeves was in talks. James Gunn's DCU studio character, but it did not happen. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm really glad. We need a live action Injustice verse after the Snyderverse DCU is over. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I agree with you. I want to see something on that level too. Snyder made DC sexy, and I guarantee you, he would cast Sydney Sweeney as power. Oh, he would cast Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl or Alexandria Daddario as Zatanna. Yeah, yeah. That's what. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you, Becca. Movies. Look, that's what I love about mature type of directors. When they give us characters that are badass, sexy, but they know how to play the role. For example, look, let's go back to the '80s real quick. Back in the '80s and '90s, what I miss about the '90s is like they would literally put you like Rambo. You get what I'm saying? Sylvester Stallone, shirtless. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the same thing, shirtless, badass, all freaking like, yo, this dude means business. And right next to him, he'll have a freaking beautiful woman. You get what I'm saying? And the same thing, beautiful, kicking ass, like, yo, that's what it was about, like, that's the movies. Who cared? Like, it's just now where everybody's so like, oh, like, oh, you should censor that and this and that. It's like, yo, if you don't want to see it, just don't watch it. That's it. Just don't watch it. Like, I can't stand how they try to push so much agendas, and they're like, yo, like, that's why I'm glad what Sydney Sweeney is doing right now with these commercials for, I think, what is it, for Gap? Or yeah, I think it's for Gap and stuff. Yo, we needed that. We needed good, realistic advertisement. I'm not gonna go buy, like some type of whatever product you're selling me, and then they're trying to like brainwash you with their propaganda. You get what I'm saying? Like what we were seeing before. So I'm glad that that uproar of sexy is happening. With both men and women, because it's showing you, that who cares? I mean, that's what sells the product in the first place. It is what it is. Have you ever seen the Mask cartoon? I barely remember the Mask cartoon. I remember seeing it, but damn, like, yeah, man, I don't even remember it anymore. I remember that they did have the cartoon. I just don't remember it, honestly, like watching it and stuff like that. WB was scared shitless about making the Black Superman movie. Glad it's canceled. Yeah, yeah. Nothing against it. Nothing against it. Like, I support seeing a black Superman and stuff, but you have to do it right. Let's be real. You get what I'm saying? They have to do it right. That's all I care about. I don't care about what, characters, what nationality, what race and stuff. Just do it right. That's it. That's all I ask from these, movies and studios, and just do the characters right. That's it. You can have the character how it's supposed to be, but just do it right. So in the end, that's all that matters and stuff. Universal wants to get WB and want Cartoon Network for Comcast. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're gonna be capitalizing with that. Now, half of the actors think they're going to the gym is a death sentence. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's completely nuts. James Gunn will not touch villains. Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Two Face. Do you like SpongeBob? Watching as a childhood? Yeah, SpongeBob is pretty cool. Um, do you hear about the rumors about Spider-Man 4 with Toby? Yeah, yeah, they're trying to still get that situated. I have a feeling it's going to happen. Sony, they're finally coming to their senses, but they're just moving real slow. So hopefully they do end up doing something with that, because I want to see Toby Maguire with another one of his films, but I mainly want to see Andrew Garfield. I really want to see the Amazing Spider-Man 3, one final film, and I'll be good. Let's see. My favorite TV shows: Teen Titans and Young Justice. Nice, nice, Sean. Uh, do you remember Michael B. Jordan was to play Superman a long time ago? Yeah, and then that faded away. That was right before, I think, before James Gunn came on board. So I think that was gonna be with Walter Hamada that they were trying to get, and I think it was during, like, or right before Batgirl. Who knows what the hell happened? And in the end, they just ended up canceling it, and of course, we got James Gunn now. So yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think it would have just been better. They should have just done that instead of letting James Gunn be in charge of what the hell is going on right now. I just wish they would let Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck fire James Gunn. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Did you see Wars 2 was glazing the Supergirl movie? He's always glazing on everything that's from James Gunn and DCU. So yeah, he's a sellout too. It's too many black original characters in DC. Yeah, but the thing is, they don't give the opportunity to them. Like, all it is like they have too many. They just have to do it right. That's all. It's not hard. All you have to do is just do it right. That's it. But of course, knowing how Hollywood is with their agendas and stuff, that's what ruins everything, honestly. Restore the Andrew Garfield verse. Yeah, 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 big time, big time. Snyderverse isn't. Come on. They should have a new story. All right. If it does come back with a new story, so be it, I guess. But as long as Zach is back, that's all that matters, honestly. Warstu's telling his jerk off dreams about gun Supergirl. Damn, got the night. You going hard tonight, man. We on fire, man. That's good. That's good. Zack Snyder wants to direct Batman, but he doesn't want. But he's not a fan of Superman. Oh, he wasn't a fan of Superman. Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, yeah. That's why I like that Zach actually posted that. That Henry is Superman. I love Henry. I can't see him as Kratos. That would be interesting. Like I want to see somebody do like some type of AI image with that. I guess just see this is where AI comes into place. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Sony dropped the ball. Should have greenlit Spider-Man 4 with Tom right after No Way Home. When the hype for it was at its peak. Yeah, yeah, they should have. They should have. They could still do it. I mean, the characters are still there. So with this whole multiverse and stuff. So I mean, they just got to do it now while they still have the chance. Do you think James Gunn might mess up, put Batman Brave and Bold, make Batman black skin color? I mean, I don't know. Honestly, knowing James Gunn, I don't even know honestly. Let's see, Toby. Yeah, yeah, seeing Toby. Let's see. I want to see Henry Cavill as Kratos. That would be interesting, like I said, but who knows? Kratos is Greek and Henry doesn't look Mediterranean enough for Kratos. Yeah, I mean, he could play the role, I guess, but again, I don't know. I don't know. You saw Worst two new videos. Someone got him some knee pads. Get him some knee pads, yo. Hell no, extra cushion. I'm a big fan of DC, but I still like Marvel to every since Spike Lee died. Marvel has been screwing up. Yeah, yeah, I like Marvel too. It just depends on what movie it is and what comic book and stuff like that. Dwayne Johnson should play Kratos God of War. The physique I see it, but face wise I don't see it. I don't not with The Rock. Don't care if the Snyderverse continues or reboot as long as he's directing and the actors are the same characters. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I don't care they want to go a new route as long as Zach is there. Yo, so be it. The epilogue scene in the Snyder Cut was new, so that was a whole different, new take that we saw, and I'm all up for it. I'm like, hell yeah, I want more of that. I just want that what bring back Zach and add to his ideas or a Elseworld story since they had so many Batmans and animations. Yeah. Look, honestly, in the Flash, I know with the Flash, they had the opportunity and they could have brought in also Val Kilmer, which is even worse. Like in the sense of dumbass WB, you should have capitalized. You could have done the same thing like Spider-Man No Way Home, and you could have brought all these Batmen in one movie, and just especially with the multiverse. But they dropped the ball. That's how I feel. Yellowstone creators leaving Paramount for Universal in 2029. Interesting. Look at that. That's telling you a lot of things also. As long as Snyder and Cavill are not with DC, we won't get good directors like David Fincher or Joseph. Who knows? I don't know, man. I mean, there's still good talent out there. I like the old God of War game, young Kratos, not old Kratos, new God of War, and Affleck. Let's see. Just imagine a Snyder Cavill Red Sun movie. Would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, I would love to see. Not no lie. I would love to see. Like let's just think the worst that we don't get anything with all these actors and actresses with Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck. But I would love to see all of them working together on a new original IP. Like for example, I would love to see all the cast. We've already seen Ray Fisher, but I would love to see Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal over in Rebel Moon 3. That would be nuts. I want to see that. Like straight up like I would love to see that. Like Jeremy Irons, like all these characters and actors and actresses from what we saw within the DCEU. I want to see them all appear on Rebel Moon, like play a different character and stuff like that. That would be nice. I think that would be nice to see. And then of course you get to see them all together and stuff like that. We need to start hashtagging Constantine 2 with Keanu. Supergirl actor from Flash. She should have long hair, not short hair. You're talking about what's her name, Sasha Kai. I like how she looked in that movie. They did it good. It's a shame what they did with the movie, but I think she had potential to play the character and stuff. Let's see, Henry Cavill for Bond. I mean, I'm not a Bond fan, so I guess if to the ones that are fans of it, they like it. I guess enjoy it. I want to see Batfleck fight Killer Croc. Yeah, same with me. In the sewers from the deleted scenes of the air cut. Reading sounded brutal. Yeah, yeah, that sounded on its own like it was going to be very intense and stuff. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to see that. Again, I don't know why WB tends to get scared of putting out, brute, dark and badass type of content. I just don't get it. But then with James Gunn, they allow it. Let him do whatever the hell he wants, right? It could be all bloody, it could be very raunchy, and they don't even step in. So it just tells you where they stand at. Did you watch the new Superman in case? Yeah, Superman 2025. Yeah, that movie was garbage. Sasha was perfect in The Flash. Yeah, yeah, she was pretty badass and hot. So yeah, that was pretty dope. Ben Affleck's Earth One movie for sure. Since movie was okay in my opinion. Matt Reeves was rude for Ben Affleck Batman taking away his life. What do you mean? No, his bond will be written woke and weak. Yeah, pretty much that's how they do it. I do miss Ben Affleck's amazing movies like Gone Girl, The Town, Argo, and The Accountant. Yeah, The Accountant, the first Accountant movie was badass. The second one, I probably made it halfway. I don't know, it just felt different. I was like, this doesn't feel like the first movie. I kind of gave up on it, honestly. It just wasn't catching it like the first movie. The first Accountant movie, damn, that movie was badass. The second one is like, they just started throwing jokes in it. I was like, yo, this doesn't feel like a normal accounting movie. It just didn't feel like the first one. Did you like Angry Joe? Long time. Yeah, I used to watch his videos a while ago, but yeah, he's another one too that shows for James Gunn. WB so scared of their own shadow. Yeah, big time. I agree with you. I don't get how you have these iconic characters, but yet they don't know what to do with them. I got bad news for you. Superman 2025 has submitted 16 awards. Yeah, those are fake awards. They're just bribing them probably so they can get nominated or whatever it is. Yeah, I read something on that, but I don't care about that honestly. Real knows what's up, but they're just trying to force it again. They're trying so hard to make it seem that Superman 2025 was a success. That's all fake. That's all fake. We already know at the box office with these numbers, Superman 2025 was a disaster. It was a joke, and that's the legacy that's going to remain with it. Joe Mohawk hair Destro looks awesome. Yeah, at first I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it, but then I was like, yo, that looks dope. And especially for a Nightmare timeline, it's like, how much more badass can it get? I think it was perfect, honestly. Um, we didn't get to see Doomsday with Spikes because WB thought it looked too scary. We were robbed. Yeah, exactly. And then Zach came out and he said that the real Doomsday is still out there. So who knows where he's at? See what I'm saying? So it's like there's so much. There's so much that's out there still floating within the Snyderverse. So it will be interesting. One day we're gonna see it and stuff like that. Our goal is to restore Snyderverse. Gunn is old news, big time, big time. He knows it too. Gunn knows that nobody's talking about him and his shitty universe. Nobody cares about this DCU. But it's gonna change. It's gonna change. I'm telling you. Do you think Jason Momoa will have a bad acting Street Fighter movie? Yeah, that shit's gonna be bad. Jason Momoa as Blanca in Street Fighter. I cannot wait to see the memes when that comes out. I'm already picturing it. How bad that's gonna look. Honestly, I'm telling you. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how bad that's gonna look like. Honestly. And if it's good, of course, I'm gonna tell you. I'll be like, yo, that it proved me wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, that Street Fighter movie has me very nervous. Do you guys have any thoughts? How would Marvel end up rebooting their stuff and restart with mutants? Uh, at this point, they just need to rely on the multiverse. That's how I see it. Marvel has been heavy with the multiverse. Their only way to get out of all this mess that they've created, and we've seen it. They did it with Deadpool and Wolverine. They had to really rely on the multiverse. So at this point, them rebooting and fixing whatever they have that's already there and done is just with the power of the multiverse. That's the only way that they could do it, honestly. But beyond that, I don't see no other way out. You have to continue with the multiverse nonsense that they've been doing. Are you guys gonna see Black Phone 2? I know some people have seen that. I haven't seen that. I don't know. It just doesn't drag my attention. I wonder what they're going to put Ben Affleck, Batman scenes in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom when WB gets sold. Yeah, most likely we'll see those. Probably deleted scenes and stuff. Do you know Mr. H reviews talk about James Gunn? Yeah, I seen some of his videos. My current goals are restoring the Bayverse. Hell yeah, protesting Disney until they bring back Chris Evans or Johnny Depp. Chris Evans, for sure. I'm telling y'all right now, he's gonna be back. I have a feeling he's going to appear in Doomsday, setting it up to Secret Wars. But I know for sure he's gonna be back, so I have no doubt, no doubt. And Johnny Depp, I know that they're trying to work on a new Pirates movie, but he's gonna be back too. It's all money. It's all money. That's all it is. Let's see. It will fail in my open. Let's see. Do you know Penguin ZO YouTube? Nah, I don't know who that is. Marvel's getting back the old actors to be successful. Yeah, they're going back to what was working, and that's what DC needs to do too. This is why I'm telling you, things are going to be changing, and they are going to be going back to what was working, which was the Snyderverse. Marvel's getting back to the old actors to be successful. Hopefully, we get the Snyderverse Batman movie announcement before the end of the year so we can have something positive to talk about. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. Um, Chris Evans is a mangina. Chris Evans, he knows he's gonna return in Doomsday. Yeah, yeah, he's gonna return in Doomsday for sure. Um, but like I said, what's interesting is, that McFarlane Toys did this campaign. It got funded. They extended it for 2 extra days. They already made over $50,000 extra because they only needed 250,000. Now it's at 300,000, and in 2 days they're gonna round up even more money. They know that they're milking the Snyderverse. They know that they're milking the Snyder fans. They know that they're making money. This is why we have to continue to make noise, and especially for November 17, we will trend and use again, restore the Snyderverse because the Armada has been ready, and we've been on standby waiting for this moment. And this again is going to be our opportunity to show the studios, of course, and I say it with a S because we're sending a message to all these other studios that want to buy WB, including WB. Hey, all we care about is you restoring the Snyderverse. That's it. Nobody's talking about James Gunn, his DCU. Everybody still wants the Snyderverse. And it's proof because now they're doing this crowdfunding. It surpassed, this is the second one, and for them to extend 2 extra days on it, yeah, they know that they're making money. There's no doubt about it. They cannot deny it anymore. They cannot hide it. They know that we're here. And when it's convenient, they come out and always try to bait us with Snyder stuff. And we show it to them. Hey, we're going to get what we want. In due time, it's going to happen. This is why it's very important for this whole buyout to happen. And it's going to happen. There's another company that's doing the DC Trinity toys. Yeah, there's a few companies that are doing it. Nice. I'll check that out. I'll check out your IG or tag me on it. Y'all could tag me. Go for it. Like I don't have a problem. Y'all could tag me and stuff like that because I know it's hard to keep up with stuff. And if you tag me, I can see it right then and there. And you get what I'm saying. Like if I take a screenshot and then I'll give y'all credit and stuff. So feel free, tag me on whatever it is and stuff like that. Tom Holland is not a movie actor. All about money. We have to keep fighting. Snyderverse must be back. Yeah, it will be. It will be. Restore the Snyderverse. Yes, sir. You already know. Well, my friends, again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to get going. I'm gonna catch you again tomorrow. We'll see what drops tomorrow. Hopefully, something comes out. Today there wasn't nothing. That's why I didn't make no video. But I might make a video about something that I was thinking about. That's why you guys been seeing the polls that I've been putting and stuff like that. So, we'll see what comes up from that. But until then, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.